I'd just like to say that everybody looks absolutely fantastic. And my sister, well, unbelievable today. For me, it's one of those days that I never ever thought I'd actually do, to actually give my sister away. It's just, something you don't really do in your lifetime. Something that father and my brother would probably be here to see today, and it's such a shame that that's life, isn't it? So when Sue actually asked me to give her away, she phoned me up and she said, she made a bit of a silly joke really. It was, can you give me away, because you wouldn't really get anything for me, but I mean, I think everybody agree with me. She looks $1 million today, and she's worth so much more than that. She's probably hate this speech because it's all about her, really. And I know she's, quite laid back, a bit like myself. What I was going to say is she'll always be my little sister, and sorry, it's very difficult, this actually. You guys are, quite difficult. I used to teach a class of 16-year-olds at college, and that was so much easier. But what I was going to say is I went round to Sue's the other day, and she's got a picture of herself, my brother, and myself on her mantelpiece, and she said to me that she looks like a weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. But I think I do really want to say that, but she's actually in the middle of myself and my brother Mick. I think she actually is a rose between two thorns, because we had the most ridiculous hairstyles you could ever imagine, but it was the 1970s, and I think everybody had a bit of a dodgy mullet, so I think you can forgive us for that. I only wrote this morning because I wrote a speech a couple of days ago, and I thought it was total pants, so I rewrote it again today. I just also wanted to say that she's a fantastic sister. She's a wonderful daughter to our mum. I know she's a wonderful mum to Jack and Liam, so thank you. The other thing I was going to say, you guys probably know Gav more than I do, but the first time I met him, I thought he was a great guy, and I know he's going to make Sue happy, and that's really important. Good. And if you'd like to just raise your glasses and toast to Gav and Sue, Mr. and Mrs. McGregor, good health and happiness. Thank you.
Well, firstly, I just want to say how beautiful Sue looks today. Truly amazing. I'm a lucky man. On behalf of my wife and I, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming today to celebrate our special day with us. It means everything. All our friends, all our family, thank you very much. And I hope you have a great night tonight with us and everyone else that comes. I want to thank the wedding party, Sarah, the maid of honour, Lauren, Alice, the bridesmaids. Nigel, thank you for giving Sue away today and becoming my brother-in-law at the same time. Liam and Jack, the groomsmen, and of course, Carl, my best man. You've all been great, shown a load of love and support. And Carl especially, not just today, mate, my whole life, really. been perfect big brother. The two mums, fantastic, you know, throughout our lives. You know, you continue to do everything for us. It's not been easy for you, both of you. Obviously, we've lost our dads. You've had two great men with you that aren't here. But I'm sure they're looking down on us with pride today. Ian McGregor and Tony Vickers. And I'd just like to raise a glass to all of our absent family and friends that we've lost the last few years. To Sarah, Lauren, Alice, Liam, Jack, Nigel, Carl and the mums, we've got a little present for you, a little gift to say thank you for today. I'd like to thank everyone here at Belton, to be fair. They've been absolutely fantastic. I think you'll all agree the food was top class, and you know, credit to the chefs, the servers, Lindsay and all the staff, Jodie today for organising all this, Christian and Damien for doing all the photography, the videography, cake makers. I'm hoping I haven't forgot anybody, but no, we appreciate all your efforts. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah. And, well, the person I'd like to thank the most, the reason we're all here, really, this is my beautiful new wife, Sue. I'd like to thank you for, not just today, but everything. I know you've worked so hard to make today possible, and you've been fantastic throughout. You know, I've took a back seat, really. You know, just turned up. I think you've been great, you know. Yeah, I feel the luckiest man in the world, to be fair. You know, beautiful inside and out, and you know, I just want to try and make you happy. I might get distracted by the football sometimes, but it's. I'd like you all to raise a glass, please, to the new Mrs. McGregor, to Sue.
Doing that again.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So for those who don't know me, I'm Carl, Gavin's brother, his best man, and tonight the man is trusted to stand here with a microphone. Brave decision. Right, I'd just like to start by laying down a couple of ground rules if I can. Firstly, if you do have a mobile phone, please leave it switched on, keep yourselves entertained. And secondly, if anyone texts you a good joke, could you please forward them on to me? I've just heard about the sweepstake and how long the best man speech will last. I've put my money on 45 minutes, so make yourself comfortable, everybody. So I would firstly like to thank Gavin for asking me to be his best man. He said if I do a really good job today, you know what's coming, I can also be best man next time he gets married. So thank you, Nigel. Good speech, well done, mate. Very difficult circumstances, obviously. And to Gavin, excellent speeches. Thank you very much. So, on behalf of Gavin and Sue, I would like to thank everybody for coming to share this special occasion with us, especially those who've travelled long distances. I hope you've all had a lovely time so far and continue to have a fantastic time as this day evening goes on. I'd like to mention the bridesmaids, who all look wonderful. You clearly did an excellent job helping Sue get ready and here on time, so thank you for that. Thanks also to Lynn and Jack for being the groomsmen. You did a great job supporting your mum and Gav today. But the biggest thanks go to Gav and Sue for including us all on this very special day. I know how much effort and preparation you both put into today, to not only make it special for yourselves, but all of us here. It was a beautiful ceremony and the venue was fantastic. I think you'll all agree. So a little bit of background then about my brother. Sue Gavin was born in Nocton Hospital, just up the road in 1968. And he's lived in Rushington all his life. Proper local lad, he knows everyone knows him. Though if you ask around the village, you'll probably get a few stories that don't make it into wedding speeches. Growing up together in the 1970s was never dull. Life was simple. Long summers, bikes, muddy footballs, dodgy haircuts, and mum shouting down the street when it was time for tea. We didn't have iPhones or TikTok back then. We had to make our own entertainment, and usually that meant Gav finding new ways of getting us both into trouble. And if something got broken, Gavin was usually standing by nearby, looking suspiciously innocent. We had a fantastic upbringing, and can't thank Mum and Dad enough for everything they did for us. So many memories of playing football down the park all day, every day in the summer. Wonderful holidays in Great Yarmouth and Blackpool, which were the go-to holiday destinations back then. Vivid recollections of dragging Mum and Dad around the amusement arcades, as it usually rained every day in Yarmouth. And the record shops, especially when we got into the two-tone scene and specials and madness in the early 80s. Going up to Scotland every Easter to visit Dad's side of the family. Dad driving up the A1 in the snow, stopping at Scott's Corner on the way. Playing football for Rushington Tigers and Loftus Loonies, Charlie's dad's team, who's over there. By the way, Charlie has travelled here all the way from Taiwan, for those who didn't know. I was going to say, Charlie, it's amazing how far people travel for a free meal. That's a bit harsh. So a little bit about school. School wasn't exactly Gav's natural environment. Teachers said he had potential, they just never discovered for what. Homework to Gavin was more of a suggestion than a requirement, and his favourite subject was home time, closely followed by lunch. I hope this isn't too harsh. It's fair to say that Gav wasn't the brains of the family, and didn't do too well on the core subjects such as maths and English. However, he was very good on the more practical subjects such as woodwork and metalwork. Anyway, education didn't make Gav who he is today, personality did, and he's never been short of that. Football. As you all know, has always been a big part of our lives, thanks to Dad, and in particular, Leeds United. Supporting Leeds in the 80s and 90s built character, mainly because we needed it just to survive Saturday afternoons. We went through highs, lows, and everything in between. Following Leeds back then taught us loyalty, patience, and how to handle disappointment, which in fairness also prepares you pretty well for married life. But seriously, it was those shared moments, the long drive to Ellen Road, the rain-soaked matches, the endless optimism, that showed what kind of person Gavin is: loyal, passionate, and always believing the best is yet to come. Initially, a few of us from the village used to take it in turns driving up the A1 when you compared the turnstile on the day. £3 to get in, can you believe that? How times have changed, you can't even get a ticket to a game these days. One particular memory is of Gav driving up to Leeds in 1987 to collect the playoff tickets for the playoff final, and his car blown up on the A1. Unfortunately, checking the oil and water regularly was not one of Gav's strengths. Then we joined the Lincoln branch of the Leeds Supporters Club, which ran a bus to every game, home and away, with lads from Lincoln, Grantham, Boston and Newark, as well as Sleaford and Ruskington. Yes, there really are that many Leeds supporters around here, believe it or not. We had many great times watching Leeds in the late 80s and early 90s, culminating in us winning the old Division 2 in 1990, following Leeds home and away, weekends in Brighton, Plymouth, and who can forget Bournemouth. And then unbelievably 2 years later winning the old Division 1 in 1992, before it became the Premier League. But if you think that's loyalty, try being a Scotland fan. Gav is a proud member of the Tartan Army and has travelled all over the world in his kilt, making many new friends along the way, some of whom are here today, as you may have noticed. As you will know, Scotland have made it to the World Cup finals this year. That's for the first time in 28 years, for those that don't know. So of course he will be there in America making more memories, and Sue is also going along for the ride. I have a little tale from his travel with the Tartan Army, courtesy of Gordon, who's over there somewhere at the back. I'll just read this out. Once in Budapest, after a few day time and early evening beers, Gav decided it was time to eat. As to quote him, "I'm starving, I need food." We leave the pub in search of a takeaway when suddenly he spots something around a corner. A pizza shop? A kebab shop? Nope, another pub. Gav is reminded he was starving, to which he replied, "Nah, I'm fine, let's have another pint." This continued for another 2 to 3 hours and another 4 or 5 pubs, each time Gav declaring himself to be starving. Advice for Sue would be that if Gav ever says he's starving, take this as code for "I need another pint." Thanks, Gordon. And then there were the legendary holidays, Magaluf, Benidorm, and a handful of places that still probably haven't recovered. Who can forget Tokyo Joe's in Magaluf, the Hotel Orange in Benidorm? We'd go for a quiet night, which in those locations usually meant getting home just before the cleaners start work. Sunburn, sangria, late nights, early mornings, and moments we still laugh about now. Mostly because enough time has passed that we can joke about them without getting into trouble. As they say, what happened in Magaluf stayed in Magaluf, mostly because no one could remember it the next day. And me and Dad used to joke that Gav was the only person we knew who came back from holiday whiter than he went, because he was always in the bars and never saw the sunshine. But those holidays showed exactly what Gavin is all about: fun, laughter and a big heart. Just a few more abiding memories growing up, which some here will recall. Drinking in the Red Line Ruskington, where Gav is still a regular now after 40 years. Playing for the pool teams and darts teams. Ashby on a Friday night, Sleaford on a Saturday night when it wasn't a bad night out, and on to Legends nightclub. Great memories with great friends. Thanks for crashing my Vauxhall Chevette down the village in '88, writing it off. Best car I ever had. Weeing in wardrobes when staying at family and friends after a night out. On several occasions. You didn't do that anymore, did you, Sue? But the thing I admire most about Gavin isn't football or holidays, it's the dad he is. Gav finally settled down and became a father to his two beautiful daughters, Lauren and Alice, who have given him so much pride and joy. I've seen firsthand how much he loves you both and how important you are to him. And then along came Sue. When they started going out with each other, I could tell something had changed. Ironed shirts, tidier hair, proper aftershave. All the signs of a man who had met someone special. And more importantly, the patience to put up with a man who owns more football shirts than suits. Now, Sue has had her own journey and she's shown incredible strength along the way. She has 2 great sons, Liam and Jack, who she's very proud of. And the lovely thing is this: everything she's been through has shaped her into the warm, caring person here today. And Gavin is lucky to have her, just as she's lucky to have him. Sue, you brought out the very best in my brother. You made him calmer, happier, and genuinely content. So thank you for that. Before I finish, Gav's touched on this. There's someone who Gavin and I truly wish could be here today, our dad. He would have been so proud to see Gavin here with Sue, and proud of the happiness the two of you have found together. And although he isn't here in person, we know he's here in spirit. And I've no doubt he's raising a glass of his own. We all know he would have been the first on the dance floor jamming with Mum, as always. Gavin, you've been my brother, my teammate and my best mate through every stage of life, from muddy gardens to match days to this incredible moment today. Seeing you so happy with Sue by your side means the world. You found someone who truly gets you and loves you for exactly who you are. So everyone, if you'd raise your glasses, may your marriage be as strong as the Tartan Army on tour, as loyal as a Leeds supporter through the 90s, and as joyful as Scotland finally winning a trophy one day. To love, laughter, and lifelong loyalty to the new Mr. and Mrs. McGregor. Thank you. Cheers.